I mean, that was really good. We needed it from Sevy. And he got really deep into the game for us and did a great job. That was his last hitter. But just a tremendous effort on his part.
In an impressive night like that, what was it that stood out to you most about Severino's outing?
Just he used everything and located extremely well. He used the slider effectively. He used it inside to lefties, away from lefties. He used his fastball extremely well. Just everything.
As far as what you know at this point about Ellsbury,
he's on the DL. He's on the 7-day concussion DL. So obviously we'll have to make a move. We haven't had a chance to talk about it yet.
Mike over here.
Joe, what was the conversation with you and Donahue that allowed Ellsbury to play through? What was the concussion?
Yeah, I mean, he talked about like he felt like it was his neck that was bothering him a little bit. Nothing to do with his head. It was more like a whiplash. And after coming in, in the inning, finishing the inning, he went down and Stevie went and talked to him, and we declared that we should probably get him out. And then he saw the doctors, and they determined that he had a concussion.
Kenny. Okay. Who else? Against the wall? To your right, Joe?
Joe, did Luis prove anything to you in that 8th inning?
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that, I feel that his stuff doesn't really fall off a whole lot. And that he can get deep into games. And I've kind of felt that the whole year, and you kind of slowly build him up to that point. And today's probably as far as I've ever pushed him. But, I felt that his stuff was still really good. And that's what I've seen from him, too, is, when he throws well, his stuff doesn't fall off. He doesn't lose velocity. He doesn't really lose break on his slider. And that's why he's able to continue.
Anthony, to your left.
Does it say anything to you about Ellsbury that even though he's at this point in his career and he's already crashed into the wall once this year and missed time, that he'll still go full bore?
Yeah, I mean, he plays to win. And, it's unfortunate that he's hit the wall a couple times hard. And obviously we're going to miss him for a while now. But he plays hard.
Wally.
Joe, I know you don't like to put designations on guys, but is Severino pitching like the kind of a pitcher that you would consider a top-of-the-rotation guy?
Well, I mean, he's pitching the way that we've thought he was capable of pitching. And you know how I feel about designating. He was our ace tonight, and tomorrow our ace will be Tanaka.
Ron?
For Jacoby, any sense of how much longer than 7 days it's going to be?
No. I mean, concussions you can't determine. I mean, they got to go through protocol and test, and it really depends on how the player feels from day to day.
As much as one pitch into the game can set a tone, does that do anything for the
Well,
team?
I think it's big for Sevy. Obviously, Escobar's extremely aggressive early in the count. You make a play, I mean, that's a double or a triple, and it just, yes, it can set the tone.
Eric.
Joe, is Dellin quickly settling questions about his capabilities as a closer?
Yeah, I didn't really have concerns. I didn't. I saw the improvements he made over the offseason on some of the things that he needed to work on. And, we're fortunate to have guys like Clippard and Dellin and Chapman. And I didn't really have any doubt that he could do this.
Brian.
Joe, people are obviously wondering if that injury opens the door for people like Fowler or Frazier. Are they in play at all, do you think? Or
again, I haven't had a chance to talk to Cash about it. A lot of times when you have a situation where you feel it's going to be short, you might do something different than if you felt that it was going to be long.
Eric. Back to Eric. Yep.
You said he's on the 7-day concussion DL. Is the neck a concern as well?
Sure. I mean, I think anytime you have whiplash, I mean, you worry about stiffness and what they're able to do, yes.
Mike.
Joe, I think there was a 3-2 changeup Severino threw Hosmer to get him. It's probably a pity he doesn't throw last season because he didn't trust it. Right. Where do you think that trust, kind of the development, that trust in the secondary pitches comes from?
I think he started to feel better in spring training with it. I'm not so sure he ever really felt comfortable with it last year and probably understood the importance of it. But I would say spring training.